Well, there are very few lures that can put bass in the boat as fast as a hard suspending jerkbait. Well, to unlock their full potential for anglers to get the most out of these lures, there's a few things that we need to keep in mind. Number one is I want the bass to be in 15 feet of water or less, ideally that 10 to 12 foot mark. Any deeper than that, a jerkbait is not going to be the ideal tool, and you need to keep adjusting your jerkbait size, 100, 200, 300, 300 deeps, to figure out which depth is most efficient. Ideally, I want that lure to be running right at the same depth as the fish or a little bit above. There are times a year when, kind of pushing those jerkbaits or pounding them into bottom composition can be okay, but 99% of the time I want them up same level or a little bit higher. I also prefer to have good water clarity, so that is definitely something that is going to help with your jerkbait fishing. And as far as the different times of the year, colder weather, which a lot of people fish a jerkbait, and that colder weather, I'm thinking of it more as like a pull and a pause, okay? Just kind of drag it and pause. And then as the water warms up, especially in the warmer months, that's when I'm just ripping that jerkbait super hard, getting as much side-to-side action as possible out of it. And to get that side-to-side action, we've got to have slack line. You have to rip it on a slack line. As I mentioned, in the colder water, you have more of a taut line, it's more of a pull. So if in July and you're just ripping it on a taut line, you're not going to get the action out of that lure, and your arm is going to hurt way, way worse, definitely. If you have smallmouth in the water, keep adjusting the color of the jerkbait. If they're just nipping at that back treble, that's a situation where I'm either going to alter my cadence up or I'm going to try putting some different colors on. My goal as an angler is to get them to really eat it, to really pound it. And as far as the cadence, it's super easy as humans, as anglers, to get into a pattern. We'll rip, rip, pause, rip, rip, pause. Well, force yourself to mix it up, okay? Maybe you want 4 or 5 rips in a row, maybe just one. Let the bass tell you on that particular day what they are looking for. And man, once you catch one, work that area over good. It is so completely normal to get multiple fish on a hard suspending jerkbait on back-to-back-to-back casts, even up to 5 to 10 fish very, very quickly. So be sure, once you find them, work it over with that lure. I think you're going to have a great time. And hey, if you want to watch that video where I was talking about the importance of that slack line and see some really cool super slow motion footage of the difference between a taut line and slack line, go ahead and check this one out right here. And make sure that you go out and encourage someone today. You never know how you might just change their life. For the Bass Fishing Life, I'm your host, Steve Rogers.